High Guardian Spice is a Crunchyroll original anime that was made with a 100% female writing room and big aspirations for diversity of all kinds. It also might send tremors way up billion-dollar companies that control all the media we look at. So, here's why I think that, what this very stupid show is all about, and its backstory. In 2018, Crunchyroll debuted a trailer for an American anime featuring 4 female main characters who want to become Guardians. That's it. That's as far as they got in actually telling us about the anime.
Characters are really diverse, our cast is really diverse.
We are 50% female, and our writer's room is 100% female.
It's that kind of thing.
Crunchyroll has still not realized that they should probably show the show, so they press upload. The next day, the content milking began.
Dear Crunchyroll, stop fucking around and just give me goddamn anime. Why do I have to look at football players and a bunch of white-ass normies wannabe actors talking about a
Everyone on the internet mutually looked at this bullshit and thought your writing staff is all white women who can't see. And diversity is supposed to come to mind when I see this. The controversy piled up. People got more and more mad. Crunchyroll disables likes and comments on the trailer. Eventually, while not immediate, the hate began to gradually die down. And just as we began to think so, this one's tweets began floating around.
Kill all men! Moral of the story, I hate men. Every dude kill white character. I'm 100% in. I can never be a bartender because as soon as guys talk to me unprompted, I just give them death stare.
This confirmed something for a lot of folks out there. This show is written by weirdos. I did some research myself and instantly fell in love with one of the writers who has a potent hatred for white women, much like myself, a sexist. And it took me all of about 3 seconds before I thought, wait a minute, bitch, aren't you white? The press was not looking good. High Guardian Spice was set to release in 2019, and people were already finding reasons to hate the show in 2018. 2019 flew by and High Guardian Spice was silent. 2020 came and we got 6 seconds of the anime. And 3 years after the announcement, it happened. High Guardian Spice was just as bad as everyone had predicted. Just kidding. It was worse. Let's explore the show a little.
Sage, it's finally here. Can you believe it? I almost can't.
In case you can't tell, they're talking about the show without actually talking about the show. Here's our main characters, Rosemary and Sage, who are taking their first steps towards High Guardian Academy. And the show is already stressing me the fuck out. No. It is 4 minutes and 29 seconds in, and I'm praying that I don't see what I think I see. Because if so, there are compression pixels. This is the compressed image. A first episode should be your best step forward. You give us a reason to care about the story, something to hook the viewer, and you put a ton of budget into making everything look pretty. I should not be noticing fucking bread JPEGs. Look at this bread. This isn't cartoon bread. And watch this. It's made out of see-through because someone went through the show's concept art, found a picture and doodled it out thinking, yeah, no one's gonna notice this. I'm not cherry picking either. This is all over the anime. I can literally see the fucking mask layer that they feathered out. Like, what the fuck? See if you notice what's going on with this wall. What? I was offended by the art, but pressed forward. Sage and Rosemary finally arrive at the school and stay with Sage's cousins. I did notice there was some implied sex going on because the 2 cousins talked about finding the right one and then immediately scurry off into their bed chambers, like me and my cousin, but I brushed that off. Finally, the 2 are ready to explore their new campus. Oh, a gay ferret! No! Rosemary gets distracted and finds herself at a marketplace. This is the perfect time for Rosemary to rip out her sword and swing it around for no reason and behead the shit out of our next main character, Time. But the best part is when she tries to gaslight her into feeling she's the one in the wrong.
It's a giant sword.
It's not a giant sword. She's just shorter than you.
After that scene's over, they go to meet our last main character, Parsley, and finally the gang's all together. High Guardian Academy is a pretty interesting school. The 4 girls are divided into classes for ethics, blacksmithing, potion brewing, and magic. I like that concept. It's been done infinitely better before, but I like that concept. It's hard to summarize the story because on each episode the gang learns something new in one of their classes. In one episode, the dwarf gets lost in a cave, and at the same time, Sage casts a spell on a cat that turns it into a superhero. But as you can probably tell, Nothing actually fucking happens. The plot goes nowhere. At the time of making this video, I still do not know what a goddamn guardian is. The whole reason why everyone's going to the school, the whole reason for learning swordplay is just not explained. What are they fighting against? Let's go read the summary. As they master the ways of battle and sorcery and blah blah blah, and discover their true identities while preparing to protect the world from an ominous unknown threat. Has it occurred to you that the threat shouldn't be fucking ominous and unknown? Like, this world is built around the idea of becoming a guardian and protecting the world. But if I were to ask any of the characters why, they'd probably respond, fuck. I don't know. But that's okay. Loose plots can be taped over with good characters. Look at anything by Shinichiro Watanabe. The only thing is, High Guardian Spice literally doesn't want you to like the characters. It doesn't even want the characters to like the characters. Take Time, for example. She's mean to everyone all the time indiscriminately. You don't even have to prompt it. She just comes out the cut saying out-of-pocket shit.
Just shut up. Everyone, shut up.
These two have untargeted hatred for everyone who isn't them. Again, you don't even have to do anything. They're just dickheads.
Hey! Oops. I am Professor
Rosemary and Sage, they're best friends, and they start to hate each other also. What kind of monster would make you despise their own characters? For what purpose could they have done so? It's to manufacture sentimental moments. I swear to God, I recall at least 2 or 3 times where Time is like, I guess we're friends after all. And then she just changes her fucking mind right after. It made me spiral into a mental breakdown. I suppose you're also supposed to feel sympathetic for Snapdragon.
Get off, Yarrow! Give me the river bunny, wuss. You sound like a girl.
I don't think I would have made it through the show without my guiding light. Cornell. He's so cute. I laughed hysterically every time he was on screen. Just listen to him.
You gotta start running! We need to get to the rotunda!
Do you love this guy? Because I love this guy. Then there's a pothead character who doesn't care about anything. His voice actor has never done anything really of note. He doesn't even have a profile picture on IMDb. He ends up stealing the show.
Have a look. Let me know. I'll swap them out. You know, you can just go ahead and knock on my skull if you need assistance.
Holy fuck, dude.
Okay. Don't break our stuff.
What a cute fucker.
The dude literally plays the saw too, which he does in the show. I didn't even know you could play a saw. Of course there's Neppy Cat. Do I even have to explain the appeal of Neppy Cat?
I am Neppy Cat.
But hopefully you've come to the same huge conclusion about the show as I have. All of the good characters in the show are men. How did you fuck that up? They're chill, funny, cute goobers doing their gooberish thing. And in an attempt to make strong female leads, you made them bitchy, petty, childish trope characters. The side characters should not overshadow the leads. Even Cornell is a goddamn beast.
I need you to know something.
What's that, Pernell?
I am very good at all of this.
Meanwhile, Rosemary stumbles around the show, not really good at anything until she randomly needs to be. Thanks, plot. Cornell's also a very vocal atheist, which I thought was kind of funny.
But in general, I don't believe in oblivion. Want some trail mix?
The plot goes nowhere. I can't care about the characters. What do you think is going through my head while watching the show? Absolutely nothing. High Guardian Spice is a kid's show with nothing to offer. It's a kid's show.
Holy... He just what the fuck? What the fuck is happening? You killed him.
It is no longer a kid's show. One of the most confusing things was the show building itself up as something only a stupid baby would like, and then going the genocide route. Or this, you're gonna love this. You can hear me all the way over from the other side of the room.
Oh, she's a lush who never met a deckhand she didn't deck. With her hands.
What the fuck?
Remember earlier how it felt like they were implying a sex scene earlier and I dismissed it because it's a kid's show?
So boring. How do you guys and Professor Bunny know each other?
Oh, we
go to the same parties.
It's bizarre to see Professor...
Oh my fucking god. They're hoeing like... Oh my... God.
It is heavily implied that these three engage in orgy parties. I don't need to... This is what the creator had to say about the maturity of High Guardian Spice. There's some violence, blood, and curse words later on that I think are more on par with Naruto. Stuff that's normal in shonen, but never shown in American kids' cartoons. I don't know, Ray. Which episode of Naruto was it where Rock Lee said,
"Watch out, Naruto! I have taken up my and mouth once before. That is not a predicament you want on your hands."
The maturity isn't on par with Naruto. I actually think it's very childish to randomly flash your viewers with something gross just to prove you can. You can edit out all the random adult themes and visuals. The show stays the exact same. Unlike Naruto, where they draw blood and it's significant, they use the adult themes to increase the tension. This is just weird, and you've limited your potential audience, which is about to bring us to the most important part of this video. High Guardian Spice has no clear audience. It's marketed towards children with this ugly-ass CalArt style that I hate. The storytelling is childish and dumbed down until it's suddenly doomed.
Oh shit!
So you've excluded adults, you've excluded children. All that's left is some weird gray area of really young teens that can purchase Crunchyroll and watch this. The plot is non-existent. Much of the staff barely has any experience. And remember what this chick said?
But I also get to create a studio from scratch.
She was going to have to make a studio from scratch? In what fucking world does this sound like a good business investment? I began to believe that Crunchyroll only greenlit this on the merit of its diversity. If I were Crunchyroll and someone pitched a show that was basically a husk with no content other than a colorful cast, I wouldn't fucking fund it unless I wanted to try and tap into this new wave of social justice and capitalize on gay folk. That's why the trailer had nothing to say but it's diverse and we're all women, because that's the selling point, not the content. This thought followed me from the moment I saw the trailer to when I finished the anime, and finally I found this article. Sarah Aisa pitched a show that looked like this. You can see the females actually have boobs, you know, they're not shaped like jelly beans. It doesn't look like a Tumblr comic, that sort of thing. Well, Sarah pitched this show to, quote, a huge company that produces animated shows. And following her show's rejection, that company squealed. Allegedly, they told her that a show they funded had an all-girl cast, different body types, and LGBTQ representation. So when that company made a trailer for it, they focused on its diversity instead of actual animation footage, which got huge backlash. So that company now looks at shows with diversity themes like people of color or rainbow folk and are extremely reluctant to even give them a shot because they believe it wouldn't make them money. Keep in mind, this is all alleged. For all I know, this chick could be talking out her ass, but it makes sense. Once these companies start raking in multi-millions, they don't give a fuck about you or me. The only language they speak with is money, and if you're not going to give it to them, they're gone. Now I was interested. I researched more, and then it clicked. Crunchyroll was owned by Otter Media. Otter Media owned Gunpowder and Sky, Rooster Teeth, Hello Sunshine, and Verve. And Otter Media is owned by Warner Media, who owns Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Boomerang, HBO, TBS, True TV, DC Comics, CNN, and more. And Warner Media is owned by AT&T. Throughout this whole chain of companies, am I to believe that only Crunchyroll noticed the potential loss of millions of dollars, and they're the only ones who might be reluctant to give diverse shows a chance? And get this, on August 12th, 2020, Sony and Warner Media begins talks of buying Crunchyroll, 10 days before Sarah's tweets. They own Funimation. And I'm not saying Crunchyroll is evil, I'm not even saying this girl's tweets are the truth. It's kind of weird that professionals would just admit something like that. I'm telling you, however, that there's too much money involved for people not to look at the failure of High Guardian Spice and tread a little differently. This terrible, stinky mess of a cartoon very well could change the sort of content America sees in the future. But let's not blame the creators. They didn't have a choice in how their show was marketed. Crunchyroll threw that trailer together because they thought, oh, diversity should be enough to sell the show. Hey, talk about how gay it is and put the pink-haired girl up. They'll love her. They're the ones at fault for approving something so obviously flawed. I believe these people tried to make something special. Bad writing, bad taste, and I believe most of all, inexperience made that kinda hard. So the next time you see one of these people on Twitter, don't be mean. They just made a show that they liked. I didn't like it though.
Damn!
Shit! Jesus. Wait a minute.
What the
But if you thought that was good, just wait until you see my Nord ads. Transition.
Once upon a time, there was a boy that downloaded some sketchy files from the internet. The boy enjoyed his plundered goods, up until the point that his ISP cast an evil spell that removed the internet and fucked his weekend up. If only that were the worst of it. The ISP also sent a letter to his parents informing them of all the weird shit he downloaded.
This is based off a true story.
The boy was defeated until a valiant knight appeared in the form of a Scamboli ad, NordVPN.
You see, with Nord, you don't have to worry about your ISP or anyone else seeing what you're doing with your Wi-Fi. You just press a button, and then you're secure. It's as easy as that. There are some more things I like, though. For instance, Nord has a zero logs policy, meaning that not even they track, collect, or share your private data. I like people that mind their goddamn business, what can I say? They also provide a mobile app that's just as easy, and you can keep it on all the time. If you're interested, Nord has hooked me up with my own link and a code that you can use at checkout to save a ton of money. And this Black Friday, they have a special deal, so hop on quick. Thanks for watching. Peace.